Hello and welcome to Pillars of Eternity. Let's enter this cave, shall we? Well, purple. Just go slowly. Hair of Ondra. Columns of water rise up from a pool in front of me, shifting and rippling, whipping air around them in vortex. These can only be Ondra's hair, appearing before me at a fraction of that size, typically reported by mariners, unfortunately enough to encounter them on the high seas.
You have done well to have come so far. I confess I was not certain you would make it. But I do not wish to give false hope. The greater challenge remains in front of you.
I never expected it to be easy.
Running through the core of this rock is a large growth of crystal. You will know it when you see it.
Ah, there it is, okay.
A blow to the crystal would reverberate through the walls of this place. Strike it enough and the entire structure would crumble. The eyeless would be buried.
Is there a problem with that?
Of course, it would take a person years to cause enough damage.
But not with the help of the eyeless.
Then you know what must be done. Strike the crystal with Obidon's hammer. The eyeless will wake and come to its call. Join in striking the crystal. They will cluster together and bury themselves. I have realized it is best that they should be ended, for within each of them is a small piece of Obidon himself. Upon their deaths, those fragments and the memories they contain will be safely dispersed. I had not considered the dangers of allowing them to persist, until a watcher appeared at my abbey.
What aren't you telling me?
A single strike upon the crystal will not be enough. The eyeless respond only as long as the hammer rings. You will need to remain until their work is complete, wielding the hammer until the walls come crumbling down.
If the eyeless won't stop until I am dead, I might as well return the favor.
It is a difficult thing to accept that one's dying day has already been marked. It is good that you have no illusions about your own. The eyeless cannot be reasoned with or fled from. One day not far from now, they would kill you and level the Deerwood. You have seen what they will do. This is the way you can stop them. And the truth is that you are marked by the eyeless for a reason. It would be better for all if the things you have seen were forgotten.
Crushing's a bad way to go. Maybe we should just hang ourselves.
Oh, Heather. That will be faster. The watery column dropped all at once back into the pool, sending but a small splash upwards. The pool settled and looked down into it. I saw only the faces of my companions and myself, alone and condemned.
Quietly now.
Whoa! Everyone, take it.
Can't get a good shot.
I'll stay out of sight.
Okay, that's one of them dead. 9,000 to go. Okay, Tomak, I need you to go and lure him away if you can.
That didn't work!
Of course you would miss when it's important. Okay, we need to retreat. Itomak, if you can hold him, please do.
I'm here.
That didn't work!
Yes.
Okay, a little bit of pain, but I'm alright.
Not a sound.
Everyone, move in.
Can't get a good shot with.
Aren't you incredibly brave? Let's use this. Poison? Really? Does that even work on you guys? By the way, I totally forgot to check if you're vassals or not. Oh, that's nice. Judging by the claw marks on the scales around the edge of the pool, I believe it is regularly used by lungfish. You see something shimmering in the depths of the murky water. Either you can go. Eder dived in and immediately feels the cold bite the water. The water is calm, but the person with a weak constitution will suffer more than a few moments. Which one of us has the... well, actually, only Yeder. 24 constitution. Yeah, he has a great deal of constitution.
Hey.
Eder shrugs off the intense cold and dives towards the light glimmering in the murky depths of the ice cave. He quickly recovers a catch of treasure, including a variety of coins and a set of surprisingly well-preserved plate gravels. Unfortunately, the disturbance of the horde was observed by a pack of Langvad that are swimming over to investigate. Hiding from the Langvad will be difficult, but attempting to outswim them would require phenomenal athletic ability. Okay, swim as fast as possible. Heather confidently launches off at the bottom of the ice cave. Even with the Langvad's treasure under one arm, Heather manages to easily reach the surface ahead of their clawing hands. Minutes later, furious Langvad erupts from the pool. Oh, okay, you could have paused the game a second. Okay. Attack this one. Okay, this one's dead. Attack this one next. All of you. Okay, this one. Hurry up. Right. This one's dead. Finish the other one. Brood mother.
Need
Go
something?
paralyze this guy.
I'm here. Can't get a good shot with this.
Die!
That was a critical. Didn't even break a sweat here. Shouldn't be long before we level up, especially you. Alright. Armor speed penalty plus 5%. Damage reduction to slash, pierce and crush. Maximum endurance. Athletics. Okay, I'm gonna keep those. Why is this so Agra Adra, damage reduction, Spirit's Plate Graves. Okay. I understand the graves, everything else is a mystery. Ring of Protection. Does anyone else need that ring? Does that even work when you're in your shapeshift form?
Slow and silent.
Just be slow and patient. Let's hope we're good enough for this.
Ready, Watcher. I'm on the trail.
Okay, stand here.
Suppose we could shoot it from a safe distance.
With a hammer? Yeah, sure. A ridge overlook a broad chamber half flooded with lake water. I could crawl down this way, but it looks too steep and slick to climb back up. Of course it does. Oh, you leveled up. Let's see what we can give you. The long stride, movement speed +2. Yeah, we can give you boots of speed, that'd be great. Stunning blow. Melee critical hits cause the target to become weakened. Iron Will. Damage reduction per wound. So once you have 10, you have +10 damage reduction. That's amazing. Skyward Kick. Launches a grate into the air, slamming them back down to the ground and leaving them prone. That's not gonna work on this. The monk's strikes generate a sympathetic resonance between the monk and his or her target. Successive strikes increase the intensity of the resonance. At the time of a monk's choosing, the monk can cause the resonance to inflict devastating raw damage to anyone currently carrying them. That's cool and all, the long pain. I was actually wondering this one. In the blink of an eye, the monk strikes towards the distant target, inflicting terrible crush damage and penalties to all defenses to anyone hit by on her path. It will require 3 wounds, but that's pretty decent skill. +10 fortitude, reflex and will for 20 seconds. That's also great. Oh, okay. Iron Will. Okay, I'm gonna toss a die. One of those two is gonna be my next level. This will be 1, 2, and 3, and this one will be 4, 5, and 6. Where are my dice? Okay. 3. Let's hope that's good enough.
Keeping an eye out.
A ridge overlook a broad chamber half flooded with lake water. I could crawl down, but there is no way I can come back up. Of course there'd be a kraken. I actually don't know what a kraken does, I'm just afraid that his tentacles might kill us. Well, I guess we've lived long enough. Heather, everyone go back a bit. Cool.
This is a first.
Barely injured they are. Prone for 2 seconds. Get better, okay? Now this one. Oh. Good. Take out this one, you try this one, and you keep fighting. Use this. Set it to Mac. Good. Ouch. Okay, and why don't you go ahead
You're
first?
not
You
getting
seem...
through me. Leave it to me.
Okay, guys, move in and kill that bastard. You try to paralyze my god. Ah, more of you. Wonderful. You too. Fall back. Fall back as well. Attack here. You attack here. Me and into my. Okay, there goes this guy. Which one are you? Yes, this one. Okay, I want this one down. Did it. Amazing. Go a little bit slower. How long are you going to be prone? For 1 second. Need you to get out of there. Now. Where am I? Okay, mate. Use this. Timak is kinda wounded. Okay, use this, mate. Need you to be healthy. Okay, how long? 2 seconds. Needed to use this the second you're able to.
Hey.
Got an air.
Okay, use this. No, wait. Good. Now. Wild Sprint. The barbarian becomes a with reckless abandon, allowing him or her to ignore the movement stop of engagement and gain bonus to all defenses against disengagement attacks. This one's near dead. Finish him off. Okay, now that was bad. Okay, still near dead.
Good shot with this.
Finally. Okay, take him down if you can. Oh, you're immune to that. Shouldn't be.
Good shot with this.
Okay. What? Really? Just gonna leave us?
Curses! I'm blinder than a horse. The pot's fat.
Ready, Watcher. I'm here. good shot with this.
Of course you'd miss. I mean, it was the most important hit of your life. Use that 2 times per rest. It was kinda useless to use it now.
Work. Need to try something else.
Damn.
Die!
Damn. My bow's ready. Damn.
Wasn't even a bad row. Just got lucky there.
Damn.
Yeah?
I said run, damn it. Stay there.
Damn.
Oh, bloody hell. Those deep wounds should take a little bit of health from him, right? Why not stay here for now? Still want me dead, I see.
Can't get a good shot with this.
Oh dear, oh dear.
Slow and silent. Not a sound.
So, let's kind of rest before we start banging on that thing. And read about those faceless. What do we know about them? Eyeless, faceless, whatever. Let's read about them. Wrong button again. Okay. The Eyeless are an ancient mysterious Maga folk, more widely known in myth than fact. With a Garthak build, their crude yet functional limbs, they vaguely resemble constructs. Though their origins and purpose are unknown, they know neither hunger nor fatigue, making them singularly relentless foes. Popularly, Eyeless are said to serve Ondra. By seeing old or dangerous things forgotten, the people of the White March describe them as boogeymen that stalk old roads and secluded places. Parents warn their children not to forget their chores, lest the eyeless see them forgotten. The people who lose something traditionally thank Ondra, and the eyeless did not come for them too. An enormous crystal juts from the walls like a spearhead, producing from the wound. An army of reflection stars back at you. From the crystal's perfect facade, it echoes the sound of your footsteps in soft, ringing hums.
I have come to peace in your company. My soul no longer clings to this existence. Allow me to return the favor. Allow me to stay behind.
Someone will have to take up Abaddon's hammer and strike the crystal, and Ondra warned that whoever does so will be buried in this place with the eyeless. Who do you choose? This is my responsibility.
The gods really have it in for you. Wish they knew you like I did.
Sing your name alongside Persok's.
Well teaches us that everything happens for a reason, or sometimes no reason at all. That's probably why he doesn't have a lot of followers.
A great act of freedom. Your body will suffer for it, but your soul will flourish. Always, I will remember your example.
I huffed the hammer and swung it at the crystal. A perfect clear tone rang through the air and resonated throughout my teeth. Seconds later, ripples shivering through the water, something big was coming. I gave the others a final nod. The rest of the party scrambled out of the flooded cavern and fled throughout the tunnels. I continued hammering the crystals, each strike magnifying the last. The echo built in physical tremors. Meanwhile, a heavier rhythm pulsed through the cave. Footsteps, dozens of them. The others around the corner, only to see a line of eyeless advancing. The creatures staggered to the rhythm of the hammer thrust bestow, yet they craned their necks towards the party, reaching back their present arms. Let's cast Ringleader, or dodge past the eyeless. Let's dodge past the eyeless. Party barrels throw the monsters. Fortunately, the creatures are too focused on the hammering to give chase. They continue onwards. I maintain steady tempo on the crystal. Eyeless gather in the caverns, where they batter the walls in time with the hammer's written blows. The ground shakes, falling rocks and scattering crystals splash to the ground. The party flees through the dark rumbling corridors. Most spellbound eyeless stumble alone, but they are too entranced by the swallowing cassette, more than an ideal swipe at the party. The tunnel narrows, light filters through the head. The exit must be around the next bed, but it's clogged with rubble. Meanwhile, the ground drops several feet at once, and the tunnel begins to roll out of excess. The distant sound of rushing water echoed throughout the cavern. Cast Twin Stones. Consider who will cast it. Firavis? Firavis conjures two boulders and hurls them into the blockade. They hit with crash and rumble rolls down the tunnel. Open sky shines throughout the gap. The moon shudders again. The party escapes onto the ice. Just another 100 crash sounds from below. Eyeless continue pouring into the cavern from every visible tunnel and crevice. My ears ring at every glowing cacophony of smashes, rocks and shattered crystals. Meanwhile, the water level was rising. A skull-splitting crack renders the air in search of water knocks you from your feet. The entire cavern creates plunges into a freezing soap of jagged metal, torn flesh, and stone. The others dash across the lake. The icy squirrels have crackled, rattling dangerously underfoot. The sinking moon groans, long fissures race across the ice. Keep running. Everybody runs as fast as they can, while sheets of ice fracture the splittering all around me. At last, everyone reached the safety of the shore. In the middle of the lake, only the tip of the moon is visible, above the ice. The survivors watch in silence as it sinks into the depths. The world seemed to be falling apart in slow motion. I sunk into the lake alongside the dark shapes of moon fragments and crushed eyeless. My limbs ached and my lungs burned. Sparks flickered across my vision. Not a spark. A scale. Lavka gathered in front of me, and I noticed something unusual in their iridescent eyes, a spark of uncommon intelligence. I heard a whisper in my mind. It freed us from our prison of Dungan's battery. Consider our debt repaid. The Langvat possessed by the spirit of Maroon, and the others of the Pargunan swamped rushed to the surface. I reached the shadows. I punched through the thin crust of ice and crawled ashore, trembling but alive. And so I stood at the edge of the lake. The bubbling of ice and rippling of the water surface slowed until I was looking at the moments frozen in time. When the world began moving once more, it moved in reverse. The surface of the water churns and rolls like it's about to spawn something up, and it does. A fragment of the Oni Barret rises unbroken, ice-wrapped form across the surface of the lake, spreading in long freezing fingers. Eyeless file one of the moon fragments, and onto the ice. They wind around the moon in an even wider spiral. They stop as the head of their line reaches out. They spoke in a single voice that resonated with rippling metal, a hissing steam.
We shatter and sink, discarded like worn tools. Why have you consigned us to oblivion?
You are worn out tools, broken and useless.
We protect Eora's heritage. We defend the wonders its people have built. Nothing is more important.
Then why did you storm the battery 200 years ago? Their protest is as sharp as squiggling metal.
We would sooner sacrifice our own bodies than dislodge a single stone from such a place. Why do you torment us with baseless accusations?
Who else could have done such damage to the mighty Pargran fortress? The eyeless were still, but I heard their gears whirr in their collective spirit, pounding this.
Then we were betrayed.
Yes, you were transformed against your will.
And we were made to betray something we cherish.
I felt their bitter agony like a hammer strike. The legacy of the Aguinians, you mean?
The bedrock of civilization.
Suddenly, they attacked the ice beneath them, slicing and shattering it with mighty swings from their iron arms, and where the ice broke, ancient talons rose, bloating out to the blue sky and white peak. Audra wanted Aguinian civilization forgotten.
Better for her tides to ebb and her seas to dry up than to cover a single stone being within laid.
The ice shook with the fury of the eyeless.
Each culture builds on the bones of the last. Yet many only look up at where they would go, never down at the foundations that bear them. Like a mason who builds a listing tower.
The remaining ice sheets cracked and groaned.
What peril do they inflict on their progeny? And what dishonor on their forebears?
I heard the strain of crumbling stone in the voice of the eyeless. The betrayal of memory upsets you greatly.
It is accepting a gift only to spit in the face of the giver. Every advance in the crafts and institutions of Kith was forged by skill and sacrifice.
I felt these words, and the anger behind them in my bones.
A people cut off from their history will wither, and they deserve no less.
I do agree.
That is why we must return to ourself and restore Abidan.
What do you mean about returning to yourselves?
When Ione Brotha fell, Abidan lost much. His will to preserve, the memory of how and why he died. But he built us with fragments of his own soul. In returning, we can restore what was taken from him.
Very well. Return to yourself, and be the god of preservation once more.
We shall see this world and its people restored.
A great wind shoveled me back. My ears popped, and I felt for a moment as if all the air was being sucked from the sky. Suddenly it ended, and I was standing in the snow, looking over the Carian's scar.
The Eyeless disappeared beneath the lake, their bond to Andra finally severed. With this threat ended, hope returned to the White March. Hunters returned to the wildernesses, and travelers to the roads. Tales of the Watcher's bravery replaced stories of monsters in the woods. The villagers of Stalwart busied their hands with work and their tongues with song, eager to seize on the promise of peace.
And thus, Abaddon's hammer was restored. Despite being toppled by mere fragments of Abaddon's original hammer, this weapon, now sized as the kid's hand, is still an instrument of awesome destructive force. The faces of Great Hammer's head still bear the tomb marks of their creator. Not even the fires of the White Forge could erase Abaddon's work.
Hey.
Connor returned, his major adventure completed, my quest is also done. We also have a prestigious villager here, a visitor. I keep calling them villagers. Oh man, not bad I'd say, not bad at all. Let's go here and take those camping equipment. And I see no one's happy to see me again. You also haven't leveled up yet.
Zawa is ready.
Somewhat, I cannot enter this anymore.
I'm on the trail.
I never got to use those cannons, did I? Ah well. What's done is done. The White March. Well, that was the White March, and I actually did like the second story as well. In fact, I actually think I like the second one more. Are we missing anything, by the way? It's honestly not easy to say. I say let's go around and speak with people. That'll be great, won't it? Tusk of the Great Western Stag. This gives you perception and athletics. It's light armor. A folk tale tells of a stag that could outwit any hunter. The beast would see his enemies approach before they ever came within sight, and outrun them easily, leaving no trail to follow. At last a great hunter declared that he would be the one to kill the stag, for no quarry had been eluded him before, The men set out early the next morning, vowing to return triumphant. Neither hunter nor stag, however, were ever seen again. Some claim the hunter succeeded and decided not to return. His prowess proved to be the only one that mattered. Some say that the hunter fell to a trick, and that the stag fled, seeking lands where it would never again be troubled by hunters. The crafter this armor favors one of the telling of the tale, for the husk of the great stag is said to have been made from the same stag's hide. Dressed in the stagler's skin, the wearer is granted the beast's feeble-footed alertness, able to keep one step ahead of hidden danger. For 3,000. Very well, we can have this artifact. Need to level you guys up as well.
Hey there. Let me know if you need any. Take care.
Alright, there are still bounties to complete, or at least one bounty which I never did complete. I need to rest with my companions here. And I don't need to. Gods forgive us. Okay, what should I actually choose here? Fame Dead, Shadow Step. By stepping through the between, a rogue is able to seemingly teleport across the battlefield for a few moments, returning to his or her starting position when the effect is ended. Once per rest, I don't need that then. Adaptive Evasion. The rogue becomes especially skillful at dodging attack, converting many reflex hits into grazes. That's great. Reflex only. I just want to see something. So, how are my reflexes? 84 equals my level, dexterity, precision, minor ring of protection, which do we need a better ring? I say yes. Have to see if I've read this book as well. We do need to give you some more potions as well. Lost Parent of the Wind's Path. I think I've read this, but you know, I can read it again. The followers of the Wind's Path believe the enlightenment through encumbrance and perseverance. One of their more particular tradition dictates that they must endure grit and gravel in their sandals until it falls out on its own. However, if a pebble remains in among sandals for a full 37 days, then it's then considered blessed, and the follower must remove it and wear it in a chain. Thus the most well-traveled of the order are packed with amulets, bracelets, and relief of handband woven with the burden they have picked up on their journeys. Concentration. Okay. And this thing? Sage Woden's Crucial. read about the three brothers, that's I'm definitely certain of. Eat these. Maximum endurance and athletics. Huh. From lowest to highest, I want to take a look at this. Yeah, he looks very strong with that thing on. Okay. Boots of stability. So many boots we have. Wait, you don't have level 12 lore? Was that even bloody possible? That's the highest level spell if I'm not mistaken. How much is your lore? 11. You have to do something about that, by the way. No, maybe I will retrain you after all. Defensive Mind Web. By linking his or her mind with those of nearby allies, the caster creates a series of defensive links between them. All allies in the Mind Web use the best defenses of anyone in the web. That's great. Ally target, summon weapon. Rippling knife. The Cypher uses an ally soul to create blades of pure energy that emerges from both hands. The blades do raw damage and generate focus for the Cypher who created them. Oh, we can get both of them. Okay, Sagani, let's see about you. Guess we'll use that at level 16 as well. A stunning shot takes advantage of an enemy's distraction while engaged by the ranger's animal companion, stunning the enemy, a secondary attack, when the ranger lands a hit or a critical hit. Oh wow, that is actually pretty decent as well. Powder burns. The ranger overloads each shot of his or her firearms with excessive powder. The resulting blast generates a powerful cone of flame, but leaves the ranger blinded. Let's go with stunning shots. I think that's gonna be great. It was stunning shots, right?
I'm here.
Hey.
I don't care about that. It's gonna be this or this. Let's go with this. Right. Should be incredibly powerful right now. Concentration 99. Reckless Assault. Anyway, I think this is where I'm gonna end the episode. So thank you all for joining me, and I'm gonna see you all next time. Goodbye.